Hello fellow artists, the Shirtless artist here, the drawer with you. Today I'm going to be drawing a barbarian with, no, actually I'm just going to draw a warrior with like a sword or an axe. See how I go. Alright, I'm going to start off nice and loose. No, actually I changed my mind, there we go, start off with some quick. I'm going to start off with some thumbnails. See what I want. Holding an axe? Do I want him to be holding a sword like this? Ah! Not gonna bother finding that one's too much effort. Here we go. Holding a sword. So we get here. There we go. Like so. See what pose I like. It's gonna like in that position. Maybe he's holding himself. Try to like find a good pose. Suits him best, this warrior, like big, wide. His legs are wide apart. He's got like a decapitated head from a monster that they just slain. Go. I like this one though, just that S curve that he's got there. And he's holding a spear like that. Yeah, that's a good one. Gonna pick this one. That's gonna be my pose. What kind of armor is he gonna be wearing? Is he gonna be wearing sort of like Viking armor? No. I'm trying to think of like what kind of armor. I don't want to draw him like a medieval stereotypical medieval warrior. Maybe like Mongolian-based armor or Chinese Qing dynasty, I think it is. Can't quite remember. How about I just do a combination of the two, because I do like the medieval salad. So just come with that. Nice pose, just try to work with the curves. This is just like sketching, coming up with some ideas of what kind of armor, how the way that armor is going to be reacting. So he's got his arms across like that. This arm is right here. His hand is here. Try to swat a mosquito. Should have sprayed this room. Like so. Trying to come up with ideas as you go along. Just like, doesn't really matter that you mess it up or not. Just rub it out, go over it again, and keep on working it. Like the hands, see how just working it. Not really too concerned about the detail, like the finished product right now. I'm mainly just trying to work out the pose, trying to work out the armor, the pose right now. This is just the workout stage. You're just finding out your ideas. And he's got like a breastplate or something. Not breastplate, elbow plate. Can't remember the name of it. So, armor, it's fabric, like an armor that's fabric coated the plates underneath it. So you have the plate, so you have the fabric over the metal plates that cover the arm. Let's go to belt. Which way is the belt facing? So the belt's going to be facing this way, so the tongue is going to be facing this way. Like the tongue and the belt buckle facing different directions. Get kind of tripped out which direction it's facing. So it's important to remember that rule, like both facing opposite directions, both going in different directions, but both intersecting. Now for the head of the monster, let's work that out. thinking a dragon head with horns popping out of the head. So, his tongue sticking out like that. Ah, charcoal is becoming very small. So I've got plenty here. Got a big one here, big fat head. There we go. And I'll get started with the overall drawing. So, gesture. I know what I want for the pose. This is know what I want. So I want to be leaning backwards. His spear poked into the monster. I decided I want to keep the hands away from the face. Ah. Pointed nose, because I like that beaked nose, because the beaked nose is used to deflect arrows away from the face. I'm thinking maybe he has the helmet because he wants to deflect all the debris that the dragon smashes to get him off, to help destroy his opponent. I just draw like triangles for the creases of the fabric. It's a lot easier to remember, like everything, all the creases are just triangles. Just remember it as one shape rather than just multiple shapes, because you get really confused. Breastplate. Is it his right leg or left leg? So I want to show off his armor more, so I'm going to make it his left leg, his right leg that is holding up the weight. Here's the belt buckle. Here's the tongue of the belt. Ha! Can't see the feet. Well, I'll have to raise this drawing pad up, won't I? Nice and loose. Because I can always just rub this out and go over it again. Draw the dragon head this way so it's not going off the page, not leading you off the page. You don't want to have your audience looking at the picture and being led off the page. You want to keep it inside the page as much as you can, your drawing. Keep it inside, nice and loose. It's looking good so far. Move that beak up more. Warrior's looking really cool. Here's a sword. Here's a pouch. His utilities. And I'll add a knife. Right there. More utilities. Make him. He's just gone through a battle, make his armor a bit dented. Having some dents, like telling a bit of a story here, rather than it having it being spiky clean. Nice and clean. Very unlikely after fighting a dragon. There we go. Let's draw the triangles. Triangles. Armor. He's looking good. Just gonna rub them out. Go over some fine details. this. Ah, bless me. Being shirtless and all gets cold. Right. Some shading there. Help build out those shapes. Like you use the shadow and the lighting to help build out the metal. That shoulder pad that is overlapping that caress. I can't remember the name of it. Can't remember the armor terminology. Oh well. Just let them make up words at the spot to make me sound like I know what I'm talking about. Some triangle. Just relax. Rivets there to hold the metal into the fabric. So having like drawing that curve there to help show off the shape. We draw those triangles to help emphasize the shape of the arm, so it's like a cylinder, so it's going over it like a cylinder. Helps look more three-dimensional rather than making it look flat. Spear. I'm not getting the direction of the spear right. Correct. Here's his hand, other hand. It's going to be going over the spear. That. Draw the triangles. Still the form, wrapping around the form. More three-dimensional, and the other elbow plate, the other shoulder pad. So this helmet is overlapping the shoulder pad, so it's going to be drawn darker. This helps sell the three-dimensionality of the drawing. I'm going to darken up this spear. Try to keep it in line so it doesn't look disjointed, because that look very weird. When Eye of the Dragon. It's looking good so far. I'm liking how this is looking. Some more shading. Some form. Bag, knife, the rondel dagger, I believe it's called, that they use to pin other knights on the ground and get them in submission, get into the gaps of the armor. Bag. Just basically drawing a box for the bag that he has on his belt. Another bag, bigger one slightly, darkening it up. So I don't want to draw too much attention to it. Drawing the sword, part of the sword. Again, not drawing too much attention to his sidearms. Just mainly there to help sell the silhouette of the knight. Draw some like spike coming out of the top of it. Draw some dents. Try to roughen up that armor, make it look like it's been through war. A little thing going around the front of the crotch so it doesn't protect his family jewels. Don't want to lose those. Almost there. Belts. Triangles, the leg, nice and relaxed. Foot. The other foot, and the other leg, I should say. It's more correct. It'd be weird if you had more than 2 feet, 2 legs, I should say. Finishing off the foot, I don't think you could see that, but oh well. I'll have to take it off and show you. Finishing off the dragon head. And do some little bit of shading on the chest, darken it up, kind of bring those hands out in front. Have a tongue sticking out for the dragon, going, ugh, showing that he's dead. And we're not quite done. Yeah, we're done. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that. Shirtless Artist out.